So now I'm going to talk to you about why the prosecutor has no power with regards to the restraining order. First of all, the restraining order is a civil process. It is between two citizens. In cases where the prosecutor is charging someone with a domestic violence crime, right, the that is between the state and the individual. It's the prosecutor saying that on behalf of the state, you have violated the laws of the state in a criminal manner, and so they're bringing the case against the individual on behalf of the state. That's why it usually says state versus John Doe, XYZ, etc. Right? So that's a criminal case. But a restraining order is not a criminal case. A restraining order is one private citizen going to court and saying to the judge, "Give me a restraining order against this particular individual." Right? Now, there are cases where the prosecutor may, as part of a domestic violence case, especially if it's a violent one, would request that the judge put a restraining order in place, but that's where it stops, right? But 9 times out of 10, in most cases, the judge will, him or herself, impose a restraining order upon an individual that is charged with a domestic violence crime. In fact, it's almost automatic. But with a restraining order, it starts out as a temporary restraining order. Whether it is granted as part of a domestic violence case, whether it's a crime being charged, right, or whether the individual went to court or to the police department, requested a restraining order. In either of those two cases, the prosecution has nothing to do with the trial. Remember, there's always a trial to convert the temporary restraining order into a permanent restraining order. Okay. If you haven't seen my other videos where I've discussed the 3 types of domestic violence cases, how to get a TRO, how we handle a final restraining order matter, I advise you to go and watch those videos because it'll shed light and give you more context, right? But to talk further about the difference between about why the prosecution has nothing to do with a restraining order trial, right? It's beyond the authority. It's not part of their work. The law is not designed that it's a criminal matter, and so they just have nothing to do with it. And further, when there is a trial for a restraining order, the legal standard is different. The legal standard is preponderance of the evidence, which is, some will say, is basically 50% plus, right? Anything from the plus up to 100, beyond 50% is 50% plus, right? That's the standard. Whereas if it's a criminal matter, the legal standard is reasonable doubt. That is one of the most famous legal standards in American law and, perhaps across the world. As a matter of fact, there's a very popular album by Jay-Z titled Reasonable Doubt. Thank you very much for watching this video. This is Attorney Ade Omojola, and I am looking forward to solving your legal problem. Hello, this is Attorney Ade Omojola from Omojola Law, located right here in Jersey City, New Jersey. I have been practicing for over 14 years. I cover the areas of litigation, domestic violence, restraining orders, DUIs, driving under the influence, and also immigration. You can search Omojola Law into your favorite search engine. Just enter OMOJOLA space LAW, and it'll pull up our website, locations, and other information by which you can contact us. Again, this is Attorney Ade Omojola from Omojola Law, and I am looking forward to solving your legal problem.